Welcome back, Orleans, to more Ripper. So one of the cool things about this game is that it's got 4 possible people that can be the Ripper. And that's randomly decided when you start the game. You don't know who it is till later in the game. So it kind of keeps it fresh and it gives it a bit of replayability. Something not too common for older games. This was released in 1996. I actually graduated high school that year, so yeah, it's not that old at all. Got some documents here. Scan that shit!
Scanned into database.
Something on another murder case. Hamilton Warford, eh? Does this have something to do with the Ripper?
Object scanned into database.
Looking for something, Quinlan?
No, I just need to ask a few questions.
Because if I find out you're going through my stuff, I'll be glad to give you 72 hours on the tombs for tampering with an investigation.
Sling your shit at someone else, Magnata. It's not my fault you can't catch this guy.
No, let's see.
We're gonna talk to Christopher Walken every chance we can get.
Who is Wofford?
You were looking at my stuff. Did you think I was kidding about arresting you?
Well, it's not like you were hiding it. And we already ran the story in the Herald, so it's not really news to me. He was a cyber architect, right? See, what interests me, though, Magnata, is that you have a month-old file lying on your desk. Does it have something to do with the Ripper?
You're lucky I'm in a good mood today, Conan, because you come this close to finding out what it's like to be a human shish kebab rotating in one of our fine penal institutions. But you're way off on that.
What's with this place you sent Catherine to?
Well, it's the best of its kind for flatliners. And it's got a doctor named Burton who practically invented the field. She's a real ball breaker, though.
What do you got on the Powell case?
Look, just because you two played tiddlywinks in your birthday suits doesn't mean I'm going to open police files for you. For all I know, you're a suspect. I mean, you were the only one there.
Any new developments?
Yeah, the pile of bodies is getting bigger. I got crazies coming out the woodwork to confess. This Ripper's been spotted more times than Elvis. The mayor's on my ass. She wants to revoke my jurisdiction. I don't break this soon, every cop in Manhattan be looking to get a piece of my bounty.
And you accuse me of getting rich off the Ripper. Are you aware that there's evidence missing in the Powell case?
What the hell are you talking about? There's no evidence missing.
Well, Catherine's whack, for example. Spankowski says you have it.
Well, then it's not missing, is it? Worry about your own business. Leave the police work to me.
He's quite the prick in this game. I love Christopher Walken's performance in the movie True Romance. Fantastic movie, by the way, with what's his face? Christian Slater. Check it out if you've never seen it. Let's see. Let's go to Tribeca Center.
Metacog, hold on. Metacog, hold on. Metacog, hold on. May I help you off with something?
Beg your pardon?
I said, can I help you? What'd you think I said?
Nothing. I'm looking for whoever's taking care of my girlfriend, Catherine Powell.
That would be Dr. Burton. Take the elevator to the second floor and make a right. If she's not there, go to ICU down the hall from there. Whatever you do, don't stand too close to her.
Why's that?
A little chilly.
Right. What can you tell me about this Dr. Burton?
She's the boss. I can't tell you anything. Not here anyway.
She wants the date.
Where's Farley?
In the basement. Take the elevator, follow the smoke.
Smoke.
Yeah. As you know, Farley's not the cleanest pathologist going. But we haven't had any complaints from his patients yet. And he's a soft touch for a smoke. If it wasn't for him, we'd never have any fun around here.
Crazy. Whoa. Groovy. Place is kind of empty.
What are you doing here?
My name's Jake Quinlan. I'm a friend of Catherine's.
Quinlan?
How is Catherine? Is she going to be all right?
It doesn't look good. Her consciousness is deeply withdrawn.
Withdrawn? What's that mean?
It means her mental processes, her memory, the basic building blocks of her personality are inaccessible.
You mean she's in there, but you can't reach her?
That's a best-case scenario. We haven't yet diagnosed her psychic damage.
Well, is she going to be all right?
It doesn't look good. She's still in triage. We're going to just have to wait and see.
What are you doing for her?
I'm not doing anything for her as long as I'm standing here talking to you. Why don't you let me get back to work?
Why don't I punch you in the face?
How did the Ripper do this?
It's hard to tell. She had some minor contusions on her head, nothing fatal, but you never know with head injuries. We won't know anything until we can get a data angel in there to do some investigating.
You can get a data angel into the consciousness of someone in a coma?
I'm not sending anyone in there until I've had a chance to fully map her psychic damage. Now, if you don't mind.
I mind. How did Catherine survive the attack?
Who knows? Maybe she fought him off. More likely someone or something interrupted the Ripper before he could finish.
You here to check on Miss Powell?
Yeah. She looks pretty bad. Is there anything you can do for her?
She's in good hands. And she'll be in even better hands once Dr. Burton allows us to treat her.
Holy shit, it's what's-his-face.
Was there any hope for Catherine?
Not at the rate we're going. We haven't even established an etiology, let alone begun to treat it. We've downloaded megabytes of fragmented images,
know his name,
sensations,
but he's famous.
memories, but not much that helps us at this point.
Anything that might help ID her attacker.
Well, there's an image on one of the monitors in the lab that's displaying an image we retrieved from Catherine's short-term memory. Now, she saw the person who attacked her, but in this condition, her mind can only assemble an extremely distorted image of him or her.
Well, can we make it clear and maybe use a computer to fill it out?
No. Catherine's brain will have to produce the image. The only way to help Catherine is to restore the memories and personality the Ripper destroyed.
Have the cops said anything?
No, not to me. Dr. Burton's the attending physician. Although I have noticed that scary-looking detective who checked Powell in keeps coming back. Him and Burton got into it yesterday.
They had a fight.
Oh, that's an understatement. They look ready to kill each other. God knows what it was about.
Huh. What are Dr. Burton's plans for treating her?
If she has something in mind, she hasn't told me about it. She's blocking everything except the most conservative treatments. We've started to assemble data on the patient's past. We're maintaining life support. That's it.
Well, so fucking what? I mean, she doesn't know what to do. I thought she was the best in her field.
She's one of the best. I don't know what it is about this case. There's something here she's not telling us.
I don't understand this. How can you rebuild Catherine's memory?
Well, the way we always do in a case like this. We assemble all the data we can about the patient's past. Life experiences, food she likes to eat, favorite movies, information on who her friends were. Then we upload all that back into the brain and hope that it triggers enough associative reactions to restore her memory.
What are the odds of this working?
Success rate's very high. I mean, we may not retrieve everything, but we should get around 90% or so.
What can I do to help restore that image of the Ripper?
Dig up everything you can about the Ripper, especially anything Catherine knew about the case. Of course, none of it's going to be of any use until Dr. Burton allows us to send a data angel into her brain, but we'll worry about that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
That dude's cool.
Looks like a holographic journal. Could be worth looking at.
Our options are pretty limited here. I tried direct cortex stimulation. It's risky, but there's a chance of it working.
It's too risky. We could lose her that way.
Well, we could try inserting data angels for a diagnostic. There's no risk in that.
I disagree. We've no idea what's left of her natural defenses. The trauma could have made them even harder to penetrate.
All right, look, then let's run the Norton Mapper program so we can obtain a gestalt profile and a cortical landscape. Then we know what we're dealing with.
You mean that hasn't been done yet? Why not?
Because I said so. I want her to stabilize before we introduce any kind of foreign code. Now, thanks for the consultation, but that's my decision.
How much more stable does she want the woman? She's in a coma.
What's her problem? She won't do anything. Are we supposed to watch this patient die?
She's in charge. There's not much we can do.
Knock that bitch out. All right. Well. Let's head on down to the morgue.
Hey, Vic. What's for lunch?
Hey, Quinlan!
They working you hard?
Working me like crazy these days.
Hey, is this Renee Stein?
Are you kidding? You were at the crime scene. You saw her insides splattered everywhere.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Yeah, this woman was married to her Ripper. Yeah, this was a businessman away on a trip for 3 weeks. He gets paranoid that his partner's putting it to her while he's gone, so he flies home early and shoots her to death. I mean, stuff like that. That's why I never got married, you know? I have my chances, though, you know?
Pulling out intestines like rope out of a box.
Any luck figuring out the Ripper's weapon yet?
I'm completely stumped. I did every test on these stiffs. I mean, a computer cross-matched the wounds with every kind of blade imaginable. Nothing. I mean, it's like a cross between a Vegematic and a diamond cutter.
Come on, Vic. Something must have cut these people open.
Nothing these computers can find. Now, you don't believe me? Look at those control panels by the stiffs.
You hear about my partner?
Who's that?
Catherine Powell. She was attacked by the Ripper. Somehow she got away. She's upstairs in a coma. Dr. Burton's treating her.
Oh, your friend's in good hands. Burton's a good doctor. And if she gets stuck, she'll probably call in her secret weapon.
What's that?
A guy named Joey Falconetti.
Joey Falconetti. Who's Joey Falconetti?
Cyberspace expert that Burton uses on all those tough cases. Also known by his old C-Space handle, Falconetti. Get it? Crazy guy. Likes looking at the bodies. I'm surprised she hasn't called him in yet to look at your friend.
What do you mean?
Oh, he's the best there is on human-to-human decking. She usually calls him in on that kind of stuff, but not on the Ripper work.
Where can I find this Falconetti?
Difficult guy to find. Burton usually goes to a guy named Gamut Nelson. He passes the time at the Cafe Duchamp.
Duchamp, Vic.
Duchamp. Well, you can find him there.
Got some bodies.
Notice the path of the cut. Not 1 centimeter offline, like a seam was undone. Now, no human could have done this.
Because humans aren't strong enough?
It's not just strength, it's precision. He's cutting through skin, muscle, bone. No way this cut could be so neat. I'll tell you what else is weird. There are no traces of fabric in the wound. I tapped the nerve memory of this victim and fed it into the simulator so that I could reenact the attack. $1 million piece of hardware. And look what it gives me.
Jesus. Looks like she swallowed a fucking grenade.
Here's an isolation of just one of the organs from this body. The lines indicate the many cuts made for this organ. The sheer number of cuts isn't the only amazing thing, though. Watch this. All of those cuts happen simultaneously. Human hand can't move that fast. And it was like this for every organ in the body.
What the hell? This dude's got skills. Oops. Alright, time to head back to the police station. Say goodbye to Shaniqua. Let's see what Maganetti knows about Falconetti.
Is Burton all she's cracked up to be?
Best in her field. She and I don't quite see eye to eye all the time, but she's good. No question about it.
So how come some people at the Medicog say she's dogging it on this one?
Because they don't know what they're talking about. She's never dogged anything in her life, so far as I know.
Sounds like you know her, Magnata.
Well, she'd have to have about 20 more pounds and 50 less IQ points for me to be interested.
Can you tell me anything about this guy named Falconetti?
Joey Falconetti. He's an overrated hacker. Two-time loser trying to hit the big time.
Really? Farley tells me he's an ace angel. In fact, I hear that Burton consults with him every time her back's up against the wall.
He's got his hooks in her. But just because that grifter bastard's a snake charmer doesn't make him an ace angel. I'm usually real cooperative with the press. You know that. But watch yourself on this one, Quinlan.
Cafe du Champ.
Is that a Quentin model whack you've got there? Let me see. I've been grepping for one of these for months.
I got all the CDs installed on the hard drive, so...
What are you, a lawyer?
Reporter for the Herald.
Low end of the pay scale, eh?
Tell me about it.
You should work for yourself. There are thousands of ways to make money in the net, believe me, I know.
As I was saying, all 6 CDs are installed on the hard drive, so all I got to do is click OK. No disk swapping.
Do you know Joey Falconetti?
Joey Falconetti. I haven't done business with that scoundrel in years. Talk about profiteering in the net.
But do you know him?
Eddie and I owned part of an emoticon franchise. You know, one of those sea-spaced emotional counter zones? This was years ago. Legitimate business, you see, but... Eddie's a thief by nature. Robbed it blind. We had to sell out to some Palestinians in New Dallas. I haven't worked with Eddie since, but I keep an eye on him so he doesn't pilfer any of my holdings.
Do you know where I can find Falconetti?
You don't. The Falcon usually finds you and takes your money.
Well, lucky for me, I'm broke. A grave digger named Farley at the Medicog told me that you might be a link to find him.
What's your interest? You out to kill him?
Well, it's not killing I had in mind.
Well, somebody's gonna whack that bird one of these days. Eddie's consciousness is inside a few hundred terabytes of well space with his body safely hidden. I set Medicog up with a guy named Twig. Lives out in Hoboken. He seems to always know where Eddie's at. Eddie usually presents himself with video. He likes to show off.
Hoboken. Mr. Nelson, what's your background with cyberspace?
Got some time. That would take a while. I've been decking with the global net since it went online. Present at the creation. That's why thugs like Falconetti disappoint me. Damn waste of talent. Watch yourself with Falconetti, kid. He's a genuine bird of prey.
Alrighty then, let's talk to Mr. Bartender. Maybe he'll give me a drink of scotch.
You're reading your copy, Quinlan. You might nail this freak before the police do.
Just asking questions, seeing where the answers take me. Kind of slow in here.
Yeah, the Rippers really put a damper on anonymous sex these days.
How about a beer?
Yeah, sure thing. Why don't you try this one? It's called Viper Pills. Goes down real smooth. It's got some bite. On the house. Just nail the Ripper so that my customers can get drunk in public again, huh?
Okay. Cheers.
Motherfucker didn't even get half the beer in the glass, man.
How about a beer?
Yeah, sure thing.
I want to see that again.
Why don't you try this one? It's called Viper Pills.
It's a Pilsner.
Goes down real smooth. It's got some bite.
That pouring skill, son.
On the house. Just nail the Ripper so that my customers can get drunk in public again, huh?
Okay. That fucking beer is 95% head, man. Holy fuck, man. It's a terrible bartender.
Gambit Nelson?
Gambit. Gambit's been coming in here for years. The man has seen it all. He can remember when the net went online. Back when there weren't any wells. And cyberspace was nothing but a bunch of isolated BBSs.
Must be a first-generation Decker.
He was one of the first sea-space entrepreneurs. He made a killing on the net. All of it's legal. It's weird, huh? You know, a good guy wins for once in a blue fucking moon.
All right. To the newsroom. Talk to the boss man.
Hey, Ben.
How's Catherine today?
No change.
Damn. This guy's the devil himself.
Ben, you know this cop Magnata?
Typical new breed cop. One of those guys started arresting people in volume when cops started collecting bonuses. He's been more aggressive than most.
Yeah, that's common knowledge, but what's his story?
He's killed 6 people in the line of duty, some under questionable circumstances. He's bad news. I wouldn't mess with him, Quinlan.
Okay. Didn't we run anything on this Wofford murder?
Yep. Cyber architects. They lived near the old Central Park. Somebody put a bullet in Hamilton Wofford's head. Cops don't have a motive yet. They probably had a lot of money stashed away in that cottage, but there's no evidence of a robbery.
You ever hear of a Joey Falconetti, Ben?
No, the name sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't quite place it.
All right, folks, that wraps it up for this episode. Stay tuned for more Ripper.